Hello and welcome to this week's video, which is Forza 7 Motorsport on the PC. Now, this is something I've been anticipating for quite a long time. I've spent the last decade or so playing on the Sony side of the fence, so I've always looked over the fence coveting what seems to be a beautiful and yet still fun car game, which is quite rare these days. It all tends to be stamp it out and repeat. Oh, start off in a go-kart and work your way up and slowly earn money, and we'll get onto that whole slowly earn money part a little bit later on. Alright, Forza. Let's get into it. You might wonder, why am I only covering the demo? Well, for quite good reasons, as we'll get into quite shortly. First off, let's have a look what we get in this little vertical slice of the game. So we have an event in a Porsche 911 GT2 RS, okay, quite a nice looking Beetle. And very intriguing to me for those that watch my stuff. You of course already know I quite like trucks, so to see a truck event in here is quite intriguing to me. The 2015 Nissan, that looks like it should be a pretty nice planted stable race vehicle, so outlast the storm. That sounds like an intriguing idea. For example, like I said already about car games and racing games for the last generation or so, have been very low effort when it comes to the actual gameplay itself. The physics and the aesthetics of the game, the way it looks and stuff like that, all tend to be quite well done. But then when it comes to what you actually do with the bloody cars, tends to be a boring, repetitive chore. Alright, let's try the Nissan. Enter, please. Thank you. Let's press enter again. Don't know why I have to push it twice. Maybe because it wanted me to look at the AI driver? What? Oh, not AI. The driver. Right, so here we go. This is where I should probably break the news to you. The reason why we're only covering the demo and isn't the full version, even though I've eagerly wanted to play a Forza title for quite a long time, as you can see here with the different outfits we have for our driver, there is quite a thing worth noting here. In games previously, such as Gran Turismo, where you've been able to buy extra cosmetic items for your characters and your drivers after the game was released, is one thing. To use a system such as Forza 7, where they've put a random loot box system in it, I think they call it prize crates, but it's same thing, just a different name. And within it, you can earn different visual customizations, but that is, if it ended there, you would probably say, oh, okay, it's just visual, it doesn't matter. But here's where it really gets worrying. They decided that you'd be able to get game modifiers within these crates. So, not in the sense of modifying your car or anything like that, or performance upgrades, but modifiers to your rewards, what sort of credits you'll earn at the end of a race or an event. So for example, when in previous games, which is quite a common thing, that's quite traditional really within this genre, is if you use a different setting, say for example before start of an event you turn off the ABS or turn off the traction control, something like that, you would get a boost to your reward at the end of the race. Now this is where I get worried, because even though this only affects your reward, it also means that, I mean, I'm guessing this because obviously I don't know that much about Forza, but it's going off my previous experience here. When you play recent sort of car games, you progress through quite slowly. Not terribly slowly, but enough to be notable. Before you get to a point in these games where you tend to be able to afford the cars that you really want. When you start bringing in loot boxes, and as far as I'm aware, they're not actually available to buy with real currency as yet, but they're gonna, come on, with something like this, it's gonna always end up being buyable sooner or later. And it's going to start bringing in a longer grind, which people have already started to note as far as the Forza community already started saying it's a much more of a grind. I would like to quickly say thank you to Ars Technica here for getting these screenshots, because these are just some of the things that you'll see what the crates involve. And I'm worried because when you get to that unlocking time to get the money to get the vehicles that you want, then when you get to online and you're racing other people, surely if you've bought a fuck ton of boxes, you will therefore get an advantage. Therefore it won't just become pay to earn, it'll become pay to win. which is a big no-no from any gamer, really. Only the apologetic gamers tend to forgive such sins of naughty, naughty publishers. Right, let's pick this outfit, because I'm sure you're sick of looking at the same screen. I do apologise. Right, let's go into the assists. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Generally speaking, in car games, racing games, you have these options here, and normally it affects how much money you earn at the end, usually. And in this game, having that be set to, oh, you have to have a card for it, you have to get it out of a pack. And that's very confusing to me, because obviously I don't know the full situation. Can I still change the settings anywhere? Or does that mean if I want a certain setting and I have to get it from the pack? Question mark? Either way, it's not good, and I'm not interested in it. It's the thing that solely put me off buying this game. Otherwise, I would have bought it straight away, flat out, just because I wanted to try the Forza experience. But after this sort of news, I can't do that. Hence why we're playing the demo. And yes, I've come dressed for the occasion, jeans and... But this is what would annoy me already. Like, if I was playing this game, yeah, some people say, oh, visual customization to the driver doesn't matter. Then why do people care about it, about how their driver looks? Like, why do I care about how my driver looks? Like, I would have different stuff on my driver, whether it be a professional outfit or a casual one. Like, I'd want it to look the way I want, whether it's to look just like me or just like a character that I'm creating, that just for fun. It's very, very frustrating. Let's go into Drivatar difficulty. I'm still a bit confused about this, but from what I can gather, choose the appropriate difficulty level based on experience with driving games. I'm guessing this is just how the AI drive, I'm guessing. We'll go highly skilled, and that'll do. Right, so apparently we are on the Nürburgring GP circuit, a circuit that I have quite a lot of... I've had some time on it, but I've never really raced around it. I'm not much of a racer, for those that don't know. I'm more of a drifter, but I can get a quick lap if I actually try. But it's not really what I aim for. So let's start the race and give this a go. Sorry, and find some room here, please. Give me some room. Yes, there we go. Oh no, Takumi, 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 take me home, Takumi. Come on. Right. I'm not feeling very well connected to the weight transfer on this car, but that's a nice drift to begin with. Come on, Ferrari, get out the way. I didn't know race cars drifted so well. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying. Right, and we're off. Past the stupid Maserati. I feel like this is a bit too easy. Right. There we go. It's definitely more Gran Turismo physics sort of level than Project Cars or Assetto Corsa. But that's not taking anything away from it. It's different forks for different strokes. No, the other way around. You know what I mean. Coming through Lamborghini. Right. Early on the brakes. Handbrake. No, don't lose it. Oh, I need more angle on my steering. Come on, car. There we go. You know you want to go in a straight line. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a real car in any way. It feels like it's very planted. Like it'll go in. If I let go of the steering, it'll just go in a straight line. When in real life, even in a straight line, you need to put little corrections in constantly to keep it actually going in a straight line. Right. And then around here. Because, you know, it's just... brakes. Like, around certain parts of the track, you expect the road to pull you in different directions, but it just doesn't really do it. It just seems to keep going in the direction I put it. Which is weird. Alright. And go. What position am I in? I'm in nearly last, but I'm not here to win. I'm here to explore and investigate. What caution? What caution? Apart from a very tight chicane. Come on, come on. Get off here now. There we go. Let's give it a flick into here. Late braking. That'll do. My mouth is open. My tongue's coming out and I can't help it. Right, come on. Let's go. Let's kick some bottom in the lightning storm-covered Nürburgring GP. Alright, and brake. And brake behind the Porsche. Give it a little love tap. Back end out. Be very careful. It's very damp. I'm quite enjoying it, I'll tell you that. I just wish you didn't have all the other bullshit in this game. Otherwise, I definitely would have bought this. You have definitely lost a sale there. I'm fine. Okay, definitely can't hold it on extreme angles. Oh, I got a good drift message. Thank you very much, game, for flattering me. But feel free not to kiss my bottom. Right. Let's get here. Bit early brake so I don't smash into the rear end of that Lamborghini. Oh, there we go. Bit late on the braking. Thanks. Thank you, Lamborghini. Come on, you can come sideways with me. Let's tandem together. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. One thing I've always known about Forza is that people like it because if you're a drifter, it's just a game you're bound to like. It's forgiving and it will just let you play around with the grip. But as far as the actual overall feel of this car and the steering, I really don't feel connected to it. And that's always a problem with most car games, but I've never had that problem to this extent with, say, example, Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa. Okay, steady. Couldn't help but pull the handbrake there, and we're off. Yeah, it was wanting to understeer wide there. I had to give it a bit of the foot brake, but it's okay. I'm still alive, pointing in the right direction and still smiling. Alright, coming up on the heavy braking, and about here. Come on, give me room, please. Oh, you twat! You utter arse! No beetle, no beetle. Stop it. Right, and here, and handbrake. Come on, give me room. Oh, it does look very nice though. Very nice graphics. Very nice indeed. Oh yes, past the beetle with no problems. What lap are we on? This is the final lap. Okay then. Okay, job done apparently. Yeah, so far, I'm quite impressed. It's definitely fun, but it's not the god that I kind of built it up to in my imagination when I was younger. Or when I was sat there playing Gran Turismo looking at Forza. But there's one thing I will say. I know I don't talk about Gran Turismo much these days. It's a bit of a throwback, but just let's go down memory lane for a second. The main reason why I was so attracted to Forza all that time, because when I was playing games like Gran Turismo, as fun as that game was, especially GT5 when the mods were still around, but you know, not so much after that. But Gran Turismo threw away a lot of good opportunities. Like for example, when they had the Top Gear license, they did next to nothing with it. They put the track into the video game, and then also put 3 very half-assed challenges in, which were like 2-lap races around the track in 3 different vehicles. That was it. Where Forza, from the look of their advertising and footage that I've seen, when they get hold of stuff, they actually try and do something with it. Like they had the Top Gear license and seemed to have a lot more fun challenges involved, a lot more effort put in. And don't get me started on when Gran Turismo got the Senna bloody license. There is so much you can do with the Senna license. All those epic moments throughout his career, like when he won at Brazil, when his steering practically failed and his arms were so knackered and he did his shoulders. It was heroic how he got to the end of that race and to still win. It was emotional. There were so many moments like that which they could have recreated in simulation modes, when you could get a chance to drive through that yourself. But no, they wasted it. But sadly, by the looks of it, Forza are starting to piss away their success as well, making people grind longer to get the content that they want and to put stuff behind random loot boxes. It's not a good sign. Like I said, these loot boxes, where do they end? First it starts off with customizable and visual stuff only. Then it goes on to what helps you earn rewards and progress faster. Where does it stop? And that's something I'm not willing to be a part of. I've also seen people have played roulette with Forza games. I don't know which one it was, but where you spin for a car, like you can win Bugatti Veyrons and stuff in it. Just very disturbing. It's not good practice, and I really don't encourage any true fan of any car game to apologise for these sort of business tactics. despicable. Right, anyway, miserable rant on, or over. Let's move on to something else. Best racing game, E3 2017. I don't know, there were some other good racing games that came out that year. And I don't know if I would call this the best, from what I can tell. Win the Drivers' Cup, yeah, but you gotta look like a twat unless you want to buy a bunch of loot boxes to get into look how you want to look. Which is not my idea of fun. Maybe if you like going to casinos it is, but not for me. I don't fancy trying to get a certain outfit or a certain vehicle or a certain game modification by pulling a lever and then just going cherry, oh banana. Especially when that comes to buying it with real world money. I know that will happen sooner or later. It's just an inevitability in something like this. Even if it starts out where it's only in-game currency that you can use to purchase it, where do you think this is really going to end up? Seriously. So yeah, now you might understand a little bit why I'm very cautious on this game. Because as it might say the best game and all this etc bollocks, driving games aren't the same to everybody. People want different things from different games. For me, this is not what I was expecting, to have gambling mechanics within a car game. It's not really what I want. And it's kind of a letdown. And quite frankly, I am not planning to buy any of the new Forza games. But, you know, if Microsoft decide to re-release, you know, some of the older Forza games on the PC, then I will gladly buy them. But your new stuff can quite frankly go straight back up your bloody arsehole from whence it came. And you think I'm going to buy these editions? No. No, look at this nonsense. Oh, the standard edition only comes with the Hoonigan car pack. Ah, but if you want all this other shit, you better give us how much? Where's the price? I'm not clicking on it. You can fuck off. I bet you I think it's about £70, £79, something like that. Let's give the truck a go. I mean, as you already probably know, I quite love trucking, and I've always wanted to race trucks. I have done in old games years ago, but nothing recently. I've always definitely wanted to drift the truck, so that's my goal right here. We're going to try and drift this and see. How do you compare to Euro Truck, Forza? I mean, I've got quite a few hundred hours in Euro Truck. Can you come close with your massive budget? Looks quite nice. I wish I could customise it, but you know, that's where we go back down into the rabbit hole. So we are going to be doing an event at Mugello Autodromo Internacional. Full circuit, 3 miles. I think I've played on this track once before. I think it was on a set course. I'm not sure, I might be wrong. Anyway, let's give it a go. Let's see if you can fulfill my desire to race and drift the truck. Right, give me some room. It doesn't feel that bad, but it's definitely still planted to the ground when it comes to the steering. Right, let's... it feels way too easy. I'm flying up the pack way too easily. Right, let's get ready into this corner. Brake. Get the inside. Nicely, nicely. Bit of handbrake. Oh my god, it's front heavy. It's really front heavy. Which is not to be unexpected, I suppose. How do we change camera again? Okay, hang on. What's with this graphical thing going on? I've got some graphical error going on up there. That's not very good. I've just noticed that. Okay, let's go to a camera where we don't have that. Okay, now it's gone. Now it's back. Okay, so not only is the demo very narrow, it's also got glitches. Lovely. Microsoft, what's your excuse for that, please? Right, around here. Getting a nice gap on the pack behind us. Let's try a bit of handbrake. Oh! Do you know how much I've wanted to do that on Euro Truck? Just to be when no one's looking and I haven't got a trailer, just to be like fucking drifting around. There are some great roads on Euro Truck that are begging to be drifted. Ah, it's a bit reluctant, but maybe with a few setup tweakings, it might be able to do a bit better. Oh, that is really front heavy. Really, really front heavy. Oh, this is why I'd love to meet Guy Martin, because he's a truck mechanic. I'd love to just talk with him and just be like, what would I have to do to make a truck good at drifting? Hopefully he'll give me some tips and maybe some good advice. Alright. Downhill, be very careful. the gearing's so short, it's not really keeping the tyres spinning long enough. Oh, we're getting some drift though, not much. It's very planted, I'll give it that. It doesn't feel like I'm losing control when I'm getting a bit of a squiff on. Right, and I'm braking to here. I'm very bored at the front of the pack here though. Oh, that really doesn't want to drift, does it? Oh, it's not bad though, I'll tell you what. Considering I haven't played a truck racing game for about 10 years, this isn't bad. But saying that, it's been a long time, so the big advantage really. Is this the last lap? No, we've got one more lap. And I'm already bored out my skull. It's like, I thought I set it to advanced or whatever for the AI, didn't I? I can't remember now. Either way, it feels way too easy. This is where Project Cars did very well, was having a slider for the AI difficulty, and it was so precise. You could make them easy, or you could make them literally like world-class driving level of hard to beat. I remember on Project Cars, I was about number 65, maybe 70. Like if I put the AI any higher than 65 or 70, I just couldn't catch up. Alright, brake here. I'm actually driving a bit cleaner now, so I'm trying not to drift as much. Oh my god, it pushes wide. Okay, the sandpit definitely works. There we go, gearbox. You found the gear eventually, didn't you? Let's get the outside. The outside camera's not very useful. I thought you're supposed to see the whole truck. But yeah, I'm actually quite impressed. It's just a shame that it's going down such a bad route, really. If it was still like the older Forza games, I'm definitely interested. I want to go back and retroactively try them. Whether it means I have to go buy an Xbox console or just pray and hope that Microsoft decide to release it for PC. That's all I can really do at the moment. But for now, I would definitely describe this as a more arcadey feel, but definitely pretty good fun. It's just a shame, really. Such a pity. Right, let's try a bit of the handbrake again. I wonder if you know, if you leave me 10 for Tokyo. Right, okay, we'll just cut that bit of a corner, it's fine. Oh, look at them all coming down the hill. They'll be coming down the hill. No, don't singing. Stop it. We don't want the copyright monsters to come kill me. Yeah, so really, Forza, you had the, the side of Xbox in the palm of your hands when it comes to car games, but surely now you should be a bit more wary, considering that there are more competitors coming up alongside. I mean, even Gran Turismo learnt their lesson and was like, yeah, we need to change the way we do things because other car games are starting to make us look bad. And Forza, you're just making yourself look bad voluntarily, and that's not cool. And increasing the grind for players is inexcusable for me. GTA did it to me once, and I'll never let another game do it to me again. I stayed with GTA for way too long, even though it increased the grind over and over again to the point of ridiculousness. And if that's the way you want to go, Forza, and you want to go turn 10 and Microsoft, then feel free, but I'm not jumping on board your wagon. It's just a shame because I have really looked forward to playing the Forza title. It's been a thing that I've wanted to do for years. I've looked over that fence with such eagerness and anticipation of what might lie behind the beautiful graphics and the fandom. But it turns out, these days, there's not that much there actually. There's actually still quite a bit of content, but good luck seeing it because it's been put way out of your reach until microtransactions get put in and then like, oh yeah, you can buy it now, skip the grind. We're just giving you an option. Oh, you can earn the game in money. For those people that still say that, go fuck off. Seriously, fuck off. You've got nothing, you haven't got a leg to stand on, honestly. We've seen where this is going to end up and what this is going to do to the game. So, yeah. What a shame. Forza, I'd really love to jump into your bed, but I've had a look under the covers and I'm not interested, thank you very much. And that pretty much sums it up. If you are a fan of this game and you're offended, remember, it's just my friggin' opinion, okay? And that's the end of this week's video. And quite frankly, I feel kind of let down. It's kind of a sad note to end on. You're not what I was expecting, Forza. What a letdown. I'll see you in next week's video. For now, goodbye.